You're watching SKST Radio.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio. You're on Real Talk with Cammie, Grayson, and friends. And I have a new friend here. Miss Joan Townsend is our new friend. Hello. And I have an old friend here, Mr. Foster. Woohoo! Welcome back.
Papa. Most definitely.
Okay, guys. Thank y'all for being on the show. We got so much going on, so much activity going on with SKST Radio. I've just been exhausted. Ain't no other way to put it. We got we're on Roku now. We're on Amazon. We're on Amazon Music. We're just like everywhere now at this point, and it's still growing. We're still growing. So now we have a brand new show. It's called the Arthur's Network, and it's featuring this young lady right here.
Thank you. Yes, so glad to be a part of the team. I'm looking forward to everything. I know this is going to be an experience, and I am up for the challenge.
Don't you love her voice?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We're happy that you decided to be a part of the team. When she emailed and said anything I could do to help, I was like, oh, I love her already. So here we are. Yeah. So basically today, this is Real Talking. We're doing some shifting and some changing around. You know, people have life, you know, and so you'll see different faces on this show, but that's what we do anyway, right?
Yeah, I took a hiatus.
So we are working.
Yes.
And that's what I was just telling John. I was like, you know, it's whoever can make it when they can make it. You know, it's not like a punch in the clock type thing. This is what we do for fun. Yeah. We get our business out there. We talk about what we do. And like Gisela, she does the community, you know, things that she does for that. And so it's just about community. And
variety is a spice of life, right?
There you go.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so today our topic is going to be on. I know everybody's talking about it. Yeah. We got to talk about it. I mean, everybody else is talking about it. Why we can't talk about it? Okay.
We're going to talk about
We're going to talk about the slap.
Slap that was heard across the industry, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The slap.
Well, you know, it would have been so much better had he put some baby powder on his hands.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The dust. So we can see the dust come off. Okay, so on real talk though. Okay. I am not for anyone hitting anyone.
Right.
No violence.
No violence.
Keep your hands to yourself. So the world that we grew up in, sticks and stones may break your bones. The words will never hurt you. But now it's a flip. Society has flipped that.
It seems that it has.
Words actually have power. Words are so powerful. You can hit a person, they will get over that. That bruise would go away. They'll forget that. But when you say something so horrible and so negative to a person, that will replay in their minds forever until they get the courage and they get the information that they need to actually erase that from their memory. But up until that point, they'll relive that over and over, and those negative emotions from those words will actually continue. Every time they think about it, it will be dispersed through their bodies. So you're right. It has changed, but it has changed to the truth. Yeah. Words carry more power than an actual hit.
Well, I mean, they say your words are powerful. And so going back to growing up days, that was never true. That was instilled, but that was never true.
Well, because growing up days, back when we grew up, we were the kids who were outside playing. We were the kids riding bikes. We were the kids skateboarding. We were the kids that had to be at your house before the street lights came on. These kids, they sit at a computer all day and they're playing games.
And literally the words that we're speaking of, they're transposed across the internet. They're on each other's phones. We're able to share those thoughts over and over and over and over and over again
Right.
you can almost not get away from it. Once someone says something negative about you, it has to replay over, not just in your head, but you see it.
Yeah.
You can
Every.
actually see it. So you're exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So with that being said, whatever Chris said,
Mhm.
it shouldn't have gotten Will that upset, regardless to why he did it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But we do know that there was a relationship back in those days. We do
Hmm.
know that Chris is a comedian. That's what they do.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And come on, Will's a
Hmm.
comedian too.
He is.
You know.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
another point of view that I've kind of subscribed to since it happened was perhaps this was all set up. Perhaps this was not even, this they're actors.
They
Maybe
are.
this was something that they needed in order to generate publicity. Maybe it
You
was a
never know.
publicity stunt. You never know. Do you remember if either of you ever like listened to rap or gangster rap back in the day
Hmm.
when they were having people shoot them for
Hmm.
publicity, and
Hmm.
they come out and say, "I was shot." You were shot in the leg, you were shot in the butt by somebody just so that you could say
I was
that,
shocked.
yeah.
Well,
As
So
bad as it is, it truly did happen that way. As
yeah,
bad as it is, it truly did happen that way. Some of the most heinous things that were actually reported were actually constructed.
yeah,
yeah.
And it's starting to come out now. People are actually speaking up, saying, "Well, this happened because they wanted that reputation. They wanted those creds, as they say."
exactly.
Yeah, and it's just it makes
So
no
what
sense
type
at
of
all.
credit does Will want? What type of credit did he want? That he could stand up for his wife? Is that
Mm,
what he's looking for? For
mm.
people to say, "Oh, he's protecting Jada." You're protecting her from Pookie? Really?
Most definitely,
I
most
mean,
definitely.
really. I mean, I could see maybe if it was The Rock, smell what The Rock is cooking. Step up to
Yeah.
Rock and slap him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that would have gone completely
That wouldn't have
different.
never happened. That
Exactly.
wouldn't have
No,
never happened.
Exactly.
no.
So I'm just saying, was this something coordinated
Mm.
just for publicity? Because that's what it
His
looked like to me.
reaction, Chris's reaction to me was it just it was professional. It
I was
set
about to
him
say
in
it
a
was
different
humbling.
direction.
It was professional
Right.
to me.
It was very professional. And I admired the way he was able to go on. But with you saying that, it sort of gives it a whole different. Yeah,
Exactly.
it makes me
If
think about it in
this
a different way.
reaction was
Because
too
I'm not sure that I would have been able to recover
correct.
from that as fast. Like
Exactly. That's
um,
what
a,
I'm saying.
a man just slapped me on
Yeah.
stage. Now you do know, Cammy, that I can sort of like spin it in a different way, and I'll keep up the face, but in that moment, I'm not quite sure that I could have been as professional as he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
I'm not sure. I'm
and
not
that's
sure.
why I say that. When you look at their reactions look more calculated than natural to me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because someone just comes up on stage and pretty much slaps the taste out of your mouth,
Hmm.
and then you come back and finish the show like nothing happened, really? You move on? Okay.
Don't have. I'm not pressing charges. I'm not. I was like, what? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
None of
Well,
that.
see,
None of
now
that.
I'm gonna be the negative one then, because
Hmm.
I feel like it was not a show.
Okay.
And let me tell
Hmm.
you why. This is just me,
Hmm.
my opinion. Will worked so hard
Hmm.
for where he is, for his
Okay.
statue.
Hmm.
Okay. Now he has lost all of it. You talking
Hmm.
being in a family, a household environment with your show.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now
Endorsements.
endorsements. Now you're a
Hmm.
part of Disney. You're Aladdin's voice. Now Men in Black that's at Disney. Now all that's
Hmm.
pulled. Now you're blackballed.
Well, was he trying to go into retirement? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they did it. I don't know if it was orchestrated. I really don't know.
I don't think.
I'm going by their reactions.
Yeah.
The reactions was just too calculated, too timed. And that's what I'm saying. And then it's like, okay, you're trying to protect your wife from what? A joke?
Yeah.
A
Well,
joke?
I don't understand that part. That's the part I don't get. But I do know career wise, that was not a good move. And now he cried. I mean, come on, the grown man got on stage and he cried. And look at the family that he was representing. He got that award for representing the Williams family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you messed up.
You
Now,
did.
that movie was a great movie, and you just killed the whole movie now.
Well, not
And
the movie, but his reputation.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like he brought Mr. Williams out. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
his
How
role.
many people are not going to now view that movie because Will Smith is in it and they just
There
don't
you go.
subscribe to the behavior that he displayed there? Yeah,
Exactly. There
and
you go.
he was America's sweetheart. He truly was. He was the
Yes.
nonviolent guy. He was, yeah, he
Yes.
was.
He didn't curse in his raps.
Mhm.
That's one reason why I liked him, because you
Mhm.
never had to worry about a curse word in his rapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now that's what I'm saying. He
I
worked
think he
so
lost.
hard.
I think he lost it in that moment. I think he was under so much pressure.
For sure.
If this was all, if it wasn't a ruse, if it really did happen the way it was depicted,
Mhm.
he was under so much pressure. He really didn't think he was going to get that award. One,
What?
I
What?
really believe that.
When you say pressure, can
Hmm.
you can you kind of go into that a little bit
Well,
for us?
sure. Okay, so you're the face of what? Nonviolence. You're the you're there in that role. You have best picture up, best actor. You're a black man. You don't expect to get this. You're presenting yourself in a positive way. You have a wife here. Both have had struggles. You're working on your family. You have kids that seem like, people are talking about your kids, people are talking about your wife, people are talking about your lifestyle. Yes, they put it out there, but at the same time, so many people have come, just what we're doing here. We have our opinion about it, but still, you still have that fact that you're in public's eye. You have no choice. Well, now you're right here on stage. You just played this man, depicted this man who all he did was what? Protect his family. He made sure that their names were not tarnished. He made sure that, so all
And
that
he instilled that
pressure
in those
and
girls. Yeah.
right, and
Mhm.
and with feeling that and being on stage, and first he laughed at the joke
Because it was
because he's
funny.
comedian himself and it was
It was
funny,
funny.
right? But then he looks over at his wife and sees that she kind of got to her. It kind of got to
Not
her.
counting. It got to her.
And this is the thing, Chris. Now, yes, I did some research on this, and I remember some of it. He always kind of came for Jada. He always like went back and had different jokes on different things that she did and different roles that she was in. He that was one of his people that he kind of picked on a bit, right?
Mhm.
Now
Because he felt that comfort level.
Yeah,
he
they were
felt that comfort
friends.
level.
They
Nothing
were
never
friends.
happened. They were okay. They were okay. In that moment, though, with all that pressure behind him make sure this night was perfect. Then all of a sudden, okay, remember they just had what is the entanglement. So now you see that this woman that you really want things to work,
Yeah.
you want your marriage. Obviously, you're there together. You want things to happen the way they're supposed to happen between a man and a woman in that type of environment. So
Mhm.
think about it. All of a sudden, you see her face. You look over. Everyone disappears. Everyone in the audience disappears. All you see is this man on stage just disrespected my wife,
It was a
and
joke. It wasn't really a
It
it
wasn't a
was
bad
just a
joke.
joke.
it was
It
not a
was just a
G.I.
joke.
bad
Jane was
joke.
badass.
And you know
She
what? But this is
Bad
the thing.
joke.
What we don't know is, and I can't say this. I'm playing devil's advocate. Cammy knows I do this. What a Now they knew that Chris was there. They know what Chris normally does.
Right.
He has different things to say about them and their lifestyle, and so they were kind of like, ready for it. And she
Exactly.
probably said, if he says anything about me, if he says, this is before they go on, I don't know that this happened, but if he
Right.
says anything about me, oh my, I just know he is. That probably it started playing in his mind, and he just went and reacted. But a smack though, like I don't know, I probably would have decked him, but it was a joke. It was a joke, but we never know what's happening in the background. We see one thing,
Yeah.
and there's completely different other stories playing in the background, like reality that's playing in the background. They may
Right.
not be friends. They might be. They may
Who may
not.
not be friends?
Hmm?
Who
No, there's
who
I've
may
searched
not
that
be
up. They are
friends?
friends. Chris Rock
Well,
and Will, they were friends.
yeah,
They had plenty of pictures together. They had done
Wow.
different events and things.
yeah.
So they really were friends. Something might have tarnished the friendship,
Right.
but they
Right.
really were
That's what I'm
friends.
saying. We never know what was happening in the background, what happened moments before that. You just don't know. You don't know because they
There's
they
so
do
many
still have private
variables that we
lives.
don't know. There's so many variables that we don't know.
I
And
agree.
I mean, it and did the joke have any reference to the entanglement? I mean,
No, nothing.
exactly.
No,
It
it
just
didn't.
seemed
It
he
didn't.
It
he said he
didn't.
was digging the GI Jane look. GI
Yeah,
Jane. And
that's
that's
all.
And that
And see
was
that's the
it.
sad part there. It
Yeah,
was something so small, and that's why I
simple.
said the pressure had to be getting to this. Honestly, he was
See,
just Chris.
and
I believe was just a face of something that we just don't understand or know what it was. He was hitting something else. He could not have been really hitting Chris. Does that make sense?
yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. And in regards to him hitting something else,
Hmm.
maybe it was trying to prove to his wife that he loves her, you know. But then can we talk about karma? If that's the
Yeah.
case,
Yes.
can we talk about karma?
Mhm.
Okay. Will
Yes.
was married
Hmm.
with a child when
Hmm.
he and his current wife had
Yes.
their entanglement. And then
Yes.
they had a TV show where
Hmm.
he depicted the two wives living together with him in a house, and everybody thought that was so cute, so hilarious. But
Hmm.
really and truly, can we call what he had with Jada from the beginning? Can we call that an entanglement?
It actually was.
Can we say that the shoe has turned? I mean, what is it? The table
The
has
table
turned,
is
and the
turned.
shoe is on
Hmm.
the foot,
The
Uh-huh.
and
red table has turned.
red table has turned. Yes, yes. So now this wife basically did what he did to his
Hmm.
first wife.
Yeah.
So how did that woman feel?
And that's
Wow.
probably why they back together.
How did
Hmm.
that first wife feel? You
Hmm.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now that first wife loved Will. I mean, you
Hmm.
could see it in her face when the way she looked at him. When
Mhm.
you would
Hmm.
see pictures of them, you could see that. You can sense that. You
Mhm.
could feel
Hmm.
that. And then he had an entanglement. And then he
Hmm.
divorced one and got married
Married
to
to the
the other
other
one. And now this one has had an entanglement.
Karma.
is a mother.
Yeah. Can we?
I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
was our sweetheart, like you said, he was America's
He
sweetheart.
was. He
It
really
Everybody
was.
was.
loved Will.
Yeah.
The Fresh Prince. Are you kidding me?
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
have you seen the new show that he actually put out there about that went more delved deeper into what those characters could have been? Have you seen that?
I
It's
No,
have
called
not,
Bel
but
Air. It
I
is
saw
it's
the
so good.
It's Bel Air, right?
Yeah, it's called Bel Air.
Bel Air. Yeah. I
And right
seen
now they stopped taping Bel Air, I believe, because of all of this.
yeah,
Everything
that's what
with the
I'm saying.
pandemic.
You
Yeah.
tarnished everything. Everything you were working on. Was that slap worth it? Regardless to what you were feeling. I know you apologized. I know, but you did this. The
Mhm.
timing, it's a timing place for everything.
And I'm
and
gonna tell you something. If it was set up, sometimes setups don't go the way we thought they were gonna go. That's
Right.
happened in the industry so many times too. So even if it was, America didn't get it.
Right.
They're not going to get it. The reaction
That's
wasn't
where
what they thought it was going to be. Right.
that's
But
where
Right.
see, now they do. Will is known for doing his little spoofs and stuff on people.
Mm-hmm.
He's known for doing that. But
Mm-hmm.
because of the severity of everything, he would have came clean if it was just a
Mm-hmm.
spoof,
I
and he
think so.
has not.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
if we would have, because now
Yeah.
it's it's tumbleweeding now. So
Yeah.
now it's out of control. It's snowballing downhill, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not getting any better. So if it
Mm-hmm.
was a spoof,
Mhm.
and it's a
Mm-hmm.
possibility, and I
Yeah.
could be wrong, like I said, it's my opinion, but it would have came out by now.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would have, because I mean, well, maybe they would come out and say, just so they can calm America down.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I just don't see someone initially starting to laugh at a joke that really wasn't that funny for me.
Right.
I mean, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
laugh.
Well,
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I
saying?
got it. I mean,
I mean,
because
I
you
got the
see the
Yeah,
joke, but
movie.
because it's the G.I. Jane and all, and
Yeah,
she,
with
she's,
she
you
was
know,
badass though. She was good. She hung in there.
right.
guess what else I am gonna say though, and this is on subject too. So they're all in the same industry. They're we this song isn't about you, College Simon. Let's say that, right? So, and the reason why I say that, she felt like everyone knew her story just because she put it out there about the alopecia and all. Not everyone is going to keep that in their mind. Now, what I do know about these things, when they're putting these jokes out there, they research. They have people to go back and research and make sure this is okay and that's okay. But if he said it in that moment, and if he really didn't know, or he just wasn't thinking about it, he just said, "Well, this might be a little funny. Let me try this. Let me throw that in there," because it wasn't a written joke. It
No,
honestly wasn't a written joke.
no. He
Yeah,
looked down and saw her, and he came up with, we all do that.
yeah.
Me, I'm funny as heck sometimes,
Yeah.
and you're in the moment. So
Hmm.
that was an
And
opportunity,
not,
it
and
was an
sometimes
opening.
other
Yeah,
people don't get it.
yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, even if it was a joke
Mhm.
or scam, or spoof, or whatever they want to call it,
Hmm.
it was
Hmm.
bad.
It
It
was
was,
bad.
Yeah,
and like
because
you
he
said,
slapped Pookie.
who slapped Pookie?
You said
Who
Pookie.
slapped Pookie? Yeah.
Pook,
What?
Pookie is
Pookie's
not
like
Pookie's
your
not
towel
bad.
soaking wet. I mean, really, you slap Pookie?
And speaking of that, though, so I had the opportunity to meet Chris Rock's brother,
Mhm.
which is
Oh,
Tony Rock,
Okay.
wow.
and I posted the picture right after that. I'm like, I wonder what
Hmm.
Tony Rock would say,
Yeah.
and I was hoping to be able to get an interview, but he never did get back with me on that. However, he is very offended from
Mm,
everything. You look at that brother, and there's another brother too
okay.
that's into sports, and they are very upset. So from
Hmm.
what I've gathered from the whole thing, Chris is like the little scary one, the little timid one
Yeah.
that
Well, look at
the
what happened to him, right? Growing
yeah,
up and
so
all his
yeah,
story.
so the other brothers protect him,
Yeah.
and this
Hmm.
man is literally really
Did
mad.
you hear what they want to do though? Did you hear about the they want to have a boxing match that's like
The
pay
brother
per
is in
view?
sports.
Yeah,
Yeah, he won a
like,
box
like
for.
come on,
Will,
come
because
on,
Will
Mister.
training for Ali.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
that Alicia was a wild. Have you seen what Will looks like lately?
Well,
He's
no, no,
really
no,
showing
no, no. He's
boxing.
actually come back from that.
Oh,
He's
really?
actually he's actually come back from that. He actually he's more fit now, but he's not ready for that. I know what you're saying.
No,
Because this
because
He's
man is
not
that's
a
going to
ready for
turn
professional
that.
into
boxer.
that's going to
Yeah,
turn into a slaughter. Will would
it
be
is.
crazy to get into a ring with anybody, including Pookie, because I'm pretty sure they didn't gave Pookie some
Man,
cleaners for Bob and Weave. He
exactly,
could be weaving and
exactly.
bobbing on
Uh-huh,
Will.
uh-huh.
And remember,
So
and Ali was only a movie. Will
exactly,
Smith is
Right,
no,
exactly.
he's
He
right,
just
not a
has to
fighter.
right.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, it leaves me feeling sorry for Chris Rock.
It leaves me feeling sorry for all of them. This is an unfortunate occurrence
Yes.
for every last single one. G.I. Jane, G.I. Joe, what is it? What was the joke?
G.I. Jane.
Jane. Yeah,
G.I.
G.I.
Jane.
Jane, Jada, Chris. I mean, everybody that's involved, I feel
Have
sorry
you
for
noticed?
all of them.
Have you noticed that it's not much on the Red Table Talk now? New season has not begun. They haven't done another Red Table Talk yet either.
Oh no,
So
no, they just did. They just launched
they
it.
did.
They
Oh, I
just
missed.
launched a new one,
Okay,
and they showed all the guests that they're going to have on board. And
okay, okay.
so it's supposed to be good. So the first one that they did, they said that she was going, and this has already been pre-taped, so
Okay.
they
Hmm.
already know who the it's already out there.
Right.
Right.
So they said Jada was going to talk about the
What
incident.
happened?
She didn't. She avoided the whole thing.
Oh
So
wow, she didn't
yeah,
do it.
yeah, no,
Okay.
she didn't. They said she was,
You
but
know,
she
but legally they probably told her not to.
And you know what else? If we start taking away the energy that we
Hmm.
put on that, it'll
That's
fade
true.
away.
That's
So
true.
exactly.
if she
That's true.
actually chose not to talk about it, I am actually glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad she
Hmm.
did because we need to stop
And you know
focusing
what?
so much on it
They
so
say
that way it can just go away.
Die out.
agree, agree. Did you okay? So there was another part to this that sort of stood out to me about that particular program. They said this was the worst thing that ever happened. That it was the Oscars, correct?
Yeah.
So there were racial incidents that have happened at the Oscar in the past. There were other violent instances that have happened. Actors who have been involved in several lawsuits that rapists, child molestation, all these things, and all these people were able to keep their Oscars. You know,
You
Exactly.
know why? Because they didn't do it on stage in
and they
public.
didn't do it
They
in on
kept it
stage in public.
behind
And I get it.
closed
I
doors.
understand that, and I understand. And violence is completely different. But at the same time, it's like it's
And
sad.
violence is not completely different from those things you just named because those things were violent against someone, a rapist and all
Right.
that. That was a violent act.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But,
I just think that he would it will forever be there. You know, yeah, he was stripped of his honor. He was,
right.
and they wanted to make him, what's the fate. Hey, he did it. We reprimanded him. Um,
No,
it would not be tolerated.
no. See, this is the thing.
Hmm.
You said you apologized the next
But you didn't
day,
apologize to
but
Chris,
you didn't
though.
apologize in front of everyone else. So that was number one.
Mm,
So that shows that you really wasn't sincere about the
about the
apology.
apology. And could
Mhm.
it be the reason you weren't truly sincere about the apology is because it was a planned act?
She's not gonna leave that one
You going
alone.
back to the plan act? But it
I
could have
like.
been.
Tell me, I like her.
But wait, but let me
Yeah,
tell you why. Now, I didn't watch the
yeah.
Oscars. I didn't watch it,
Hmm.
but I did watch clips that other
Hmm.
people had showed and posted on Facebook. So
Hmm.
when I saw the first clip, I was like, what? Let me watch that again. And when I watched it again, I saw Chris walk over to the stage and he looks over at them and then he gives the joke. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't that funny to me. But when he gave the joke, Jada and Chris I mean not Chris, Jada and Will were sitting about like Cammy and I. And then I'm sitting where Jada was sitting, and
Hmm.
then she was sitting up, and then she leaned back, and then she looked at Will,
And she
and but during that time that she was doing that, Will was laughing.
he was.
He was
And
Hmm.
she
laughing,
got mad
and
because
then
he was laughing.
when she
Yeah,
leaned,
yeah,
she
I believe that.
Will like giving him
You
enough
gonna let
room to
him?
stand up, and I was like, okay, so this is planned. And then he gets up, he
Now
stops
it could have
laughing,
now see it could
he
have been playing
stops
on their
laughing,
end.
he stops laughing, and he looks over at his wife, and then he stands up and he walks up on the stage. And then he commits to back in the day, we would have called it pip slap
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
little
he said
Pookie
about
on the
it.
stage in
Uh-huh.
front of millions of people. And then, but the way the camera gets that slap, you couldn't see. I never saw it anyway. I should say his hand hit Chris's face. He goes up, he comes down, and Chris moves at the same time, and then comes back up. He's walking off the stage. He goes to his seat. He yells all this profanity up at Chris. It's like Chris keeps talking.
Yeah.
Chris does
Chris
not.
keeps his composure.
Yes.
He
And
does.
I'm like, you don't act like that. If someone gets out their seat, comes to you,
Right.
you don't have to be on stage at the Oscars. You could be anywhere. Someone comes up and slaps you like that.
Right. Right. Well, see,
That's hard to be calculated enough, no matter how trained you may be, to come back and just be like, oh, and
right.
go on with the show. No, you calling, Woody woo! You
Yeah.
got everybody coming from the trenches because he just slapped me.
Yeah. And that's
Handle
another thing,
that.
though. They say that Chris is suing the Oscars.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So
Okay.
because
Not
because they
Will.
didn't have the they didn't step in place fast enough. They didn't
they
stop the
didn't
show.
have to
They
do
didn't,
it.
they didn't take Will out of there. So if, let's say, if this was, I would have been uncomfortable. Like the whole time, I would have stood there and made my money, but I would have been a little uncomfortable because it's like, okay, do I have to fight again? Is this
Yeah,
is
is
this
he gonna
over?
come back?
But the other part to this is when the authorities were called by someone. The authorities did come to the show and spoke with Chris, and Chris said, no, I don't want him removed. No, I don't want to press charges. And so he was able to continue on. What do you think about that?
Well, see,
You
he
you
had
you
to
you
think
you you
about
guys
it.
were looking at something, yeah.
Yeah, no, he had to think about it. So he
Hmm.
didn't want to just say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. At this point in Chris's mind,
Mhm.
because he really was the victim.
He was.
He
was a
really was the
victim
victim
of
because he
violence.
exactly.
Yes.
So he had to count on what's going on. What's going on? Let me talk to my attorney. Where do we need to go with this?
Yeah, and
Hmm.
that's what she was showing me, where it says that now Chris is suing the Oscars and Will.
Wow.
But is that
Oh.
something that now he has to do in order for it to go over as if?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were friends.
Mhm,
It's just like, me and Foster fall out.
mhm.
Hmm.
Am I gonna go crazy and
Hmm.
just, put whatever we fell out about all over the
Hmm.
world and just
Hmm.
kill my relationship with Foster through there,
Hmm.
like you said before, there's no going back.
Right.
Once
Hmm.
it's out there, those words, there's no coming back.
Hmm.
He didn't do anything. He didn't curse anyone out. He just made a joke, right? So
Hmm.
he's trying to figure out, okay, he said, oh, Will Smith's walking up the stage. He was what do you call it, commentating what
Right.
was going on. He said that Will Smith just
Hmm.
slapped me. Well, y'all got history. Y'all see history. So he was still trying to be professional in his craft. I commend him
Hmm.
staying in character
Mhm,
because this is what he does. And keep in mind, you get hecklers when you on stand up.
mhm.
You come through all kinds of stuff. You got Bobo gonna beat your butt because you talking about him coming in late. Because that's what
Hmm.
they do. You never go to a
Hmm.
comedy show late because if you do, I guarantee you, they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
And
They
Always.
so
will.
that's what they're trained to do.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
going back to safety,
Yeah.
safety concerns.
Mhm.
Will was right there in the front. No one escorted him out.
No.
No one did anything because America was still shocked, first of all.
But you also said that Chris actually did not want them to escort Will out, right?
Right, he did
Yeah.
Well, no,
at the
he
time.
might have said it later, but at that point, Chris just kept going on with the show.
Well,
So he didn't say that
I
to
guess
anyone.
protocol should have been the security automatically come
And,
No,
and
they actually said that they sat him down, and the police, they showed up there and they had a conversation with him behind stage. What do you want to do? How do you want to move forward? We will remove this man if he told them no.
well,
Okay.
that was after though. I'm saying when this was like way after.
Mm-mm,
This was
it was
this is when
during
Chris got
the
off stage. This is when
okay.
Chris got off stage. Now, this was after every. Keep in mind, he was still doing the presentation. He completed that. So
And
I'm
did
saying,
you, so the Oscars, they actually tried, they did ask Will to leave the audience and he refused. That was another part to it too. Will
see,
refused
I
to
didn't know about
leave.
that part.
Yeah, he refused to leave. So it was all these different events that were happening, but people, Will said, well, no, I'm not going anywhere. So he stood his, that was his posture. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
So
And
and at that point, just to keep the confusion down,
They just let it go.
they let it go. If
they
that's the
let it
case.
go. Right.
Now, if they did that, that's good. That's good because
Mhm.
it was already outrageous. And going to the African American thing now. Let's move to that.
Okay.
Mhm.
We are hardly ever there. We're hardly ever at the Oscars,
Right.
and we were there in full force this time.
And this had to happen. And see, that's the part that truly upset me the most. You know, okay, you're given this platform, and this is what you do with it. This is what you do with it. You're given this platform, and this is what you do with it. Whether it was set up or whatever, you given the keys to the kingdom finally. You even won.
Yeah, he won.
And you didn't know you were gonna win, yes, but this was the time. The was it the producer, the man who produced it, he was a black man. I don't know his name, forgive me for that, but all these African American people were
Opportunity,
involved
opportunity.
for the
And,
first time in history. That many, and this is what happened.
and this is what we get. And then it goes back to the fact of this is why.
Yeah,
This is why we don't, you know,
right,
and it just
right,
scars all of us at this point. So
Yeah.
now
right.
it's not cute. Now it's not funny. At this point, everybody like Denzel, you know, talking to him, letting them know,
Hmm.
hey, you know, this shouldn't have never happened. No matter, there's a time and place for
For
everything.
Right.
everything.
That, you know,
Yes.
stop. Think about what you're doing. Think about yourself.
Right.
Everybody can't be wrong. And I just posted this. It's
Hmm.
not everyone.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So your
And this
situation,
time
like I said in the
this time it was
beginning.
Will. It was
Yeah,
that was completely
yeah,
Will. It was no one else. It was Will.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Now people will go to say that it was Jada.
I don't,
Yeah,
you know, they
but
were
Jada didn't make that
they're
decision.
They
You
made
saying
know
they
it's
what?
blamed her.
because
You know
of
what
her.
I'll say about that
But
though. Now,
but even if they say that it's because of her, Will is a grown man.
Boom.
he is a grown man.
Boom.
He is not stupid. He's
He
very
is not.
intelligent.
Hmm.
He understands his career. He understands what he has gone through to get to the level that he is. So
That's why I
why?
say he had to have lost it. He had to. In that moment, sometimes you just shut off.
Yeah.
Like you're. It's so much pressure going on that you just react to something.
Mhm.
That might have been the real Will Smith, the part that that the Will Smith that no one sees, and he saw red, and his wife was upset, and he meant this time we're gonna stay. This unit is not gonna break up. This is everything. Did you see what his children what was it, Willow? She actually put up what did she put on your social media? This and that's how we do it.
That was Jaden. Yeah,
Jada, okay, what?
Jaden, the boy. Yeah.
He said that's how
So
we
they
do
were
it.
proud of what their father did. That sounds really. They
Yeah.
were proud of what their father.
Yeah.
In the moment of him actually protecting their mother, that might not have been something that he.
Okay, so what did Trey say?
Oh,
What
I have
what
no
did Trey
idea.
say?
I
I don't
understand what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
What
That's
did
his
Trey
first
say?
son. That's the first son. I have no idea.
What did
Yeah,
he say? What did
yeah,
he have? No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
yeah,
did Trey have to say about his father's reaction? Because that's what he
yeah,
did. He reacted,
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and the reaction was, let's just call it what it is, stupid.
There you
yeah,
go. There you
yeah.
go.
Because this could have been a paving the way for
All of
all of
us.
Most
these people
Yes.
definitely.
that would have come
Most definitely.
after him. And I'm pretty sure we've got some excellent actors
Mhm.
on the move of trying to, be on the come up for these roles.
Mhm. Mhm.
But if we take what we do get, whether it was a planned event from them or not, and if we get to a certain level and we don't know how to respect that level,
Mhm.
and we
Hmm.
come up with foolishness, I'm gonna come up
Hmm.
on stage and slap you.
Well, yeah, that
That
goes back
messes up the
everything. Mhm.
possibility for every child out here that's having that desire to win an Oscar, to become just absolute amazing actors and actresses. And even with the whole wardrobe comment that went on, I love Tiffany.
Yeah.
And with
Tiffany
her
Haddish.
reaction, with her reaction to that person that was interviewing her, I mean,
it just seemed like it gave certain people a chip on their shoulder, and I'm just like, what in the world?
Well, I mean, so keep in mind.
Why would she say that to her? Oh, did you do a costume change? Isn't the normal question is, what are you wearing? And then they tell you, they proceed to tell you who the designer is.
Exactly.
This is money. What this is money. This is like what? Like, oh my goodness. What?
Question. Did you do a costume change? Costume?
Yeah.
She was supposed to have said, protocol is, who are you wearing?
Exactly.
What are you wearing?
Exactly.
And then I'm sure Tiffany's response would have been, whatever that designer was. But she came at Tiffany with an insult from the jump. What is this? A costume change?
You know what? I didn't take that the right. I heard you. Wow. I did not take that the right way. I heard you.
Why would she say that to her? Why would she say it? Is this a costume change? Instead of what they say to everybody, which is, who are you wearing?
Yes. Yes. Because at those events, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. The dresses.
The creme de la creme of society. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
and she was wearing a designer, and she did get that in there. But then she says, "Oh, I would have loved to have taken my shoes off. Why do you have your shoes off?" I mean,
exactly.
It was. Did you see that, Cammy? Did you see her?
No. I missed that part.
You might want to take a look at that.
I'm saying? Everything. I mean, it was so many of us there representing our community, but there were so many other little things.
They were going to start jabbing at it, and to me, the media started jabbing at it from the beginning. They asked every person that was there in the audience, yes, but the Black people, they just sort of threw kind of skewed questions at them, because it still was the same subject, but it was sort of, how do you feel about this? And it's, they were going to put a spin on it in the first place. It was just going to happen. The point is, it happened, and it happened to
And you said that there was an African American man who put on the Oscars this year.
Yes. Okay. The associate producer, he was African American.
Yeah, perhaps we need to. What happened to the Spike Lees of creating our own film?
Yeah. Well, actually, I interviewed Wes Miller.
Okay.
Wes Miller. I think Wes Miller, who is one of those.
Okay.
Who's one of those? He just did the last Bruce Willis movie.
Okay.
So the last movie that Bruce Willis will be doing, Day to Die. Just interviewed him a couple of weeks ago.
All right.
And yes, he's moving forward and he's doing positive things. Right. He's getting more and more actors out, and he's going with multicultural. He is trying to make it happen, and that's an interview you guys can go back, if who's listening. You can go back on our YouTube or in our Amazon and take a look at it. But Wes was like the best, and I even told him he was my hero on the show, because
so maybe that's it. Maybe that's going
it's only about 5 or 6 of them.
Maybe that's the direction, because it was too many little things that happened at this event, in my opinion. And opinions are a dime a dozen. Everybody has one. But in my opinion, it was too many little small jabs going on.
It was.
I mean, so this is the new going into this particular leg of the journey here. Maybe we've got to come up somehow with our own, and then in fact create an Oscar. They want that Oscar back. If I was Chris's mom, I would say give it to him. Yeah, give it to him. They want it back, give it to him. You have the money, you have your lifestyle that you can continue on with.
Mm-hmm.
You should have managed your money well enough where if you never make another movie or rap song or whatever the case may be, you should be
good
for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I
you
think
should
they're fine. I do. I think all
Yeah.
parties are fine
Yeah,
as far as that's
yeah.
concerned.
I'm with you. I
Yeah,
think
go- yeah,
he's
go-
well to do.
Just go on. If they want it back, don't make it an
Mhm.
issue. Give them back
Mhm.
their Oscar and you move on.
Yeah.
Move on with your life.
Yeah.
There's so much more you can do. He just wrote a book.
Yeah.
From my
Mhm.
understanding, it's a bestseller.
Mhm.
So I mean, come on.
Why not? You know.
There's other things
Yeah.
that he can do.
Mm-hmm.
So move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. I saw the video of them stuffing the books with the letters and stuff to move out.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Now I didn't see that,
Yeah.
but what I did see was he was in a car, and he was going. They were just driving, and he was, picking out people and giving them,
His
books,
books.
and signing them and things like that.
Mhm.
And the one that what I saw that I particularly liked, the guy came to the limo, and they had the windows down, and Will was talking to him, and he said, "Can I take my mask off because I want to get a picture?" And Will hung his head out and did a selfie with them, and the people in the car was kind of like reacting, and he was
Like,
like, "Well,
don't do this.
yeah," and he was like, "These are my people. If it wasn't for them,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Mhm.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?"
So I'll always love me some Will Smith. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I will always
Yeah.
love me some Will Smith, and I
People
love
make
me
mistakes.
Yeah.
People make
and I love me
mistakes.
some Cookie, and I love me some Jada.
Yeah,
So
all
we
of
could
them.
talk about them all day long,
All of
but
them.
at the end of the day, we're all people,
Yeah.
That's
And we
right.
all make
and we
mistakes.
all make mistakes.
Rather it was a calculated mistake or not. We all make mistakes, but here's the ticket. It was an experience.
Exactly.
It was.
It was an experience. And we have to take those experiences, rather they be good, rather they be bad. It really doesn't matter. It could be indifferent, but
Mhm.
we learn from it and we move on.
Exactly.
And we move
I
on. And
agree.
that's what I say to Will, learn from it and move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
move on. Move on. So
Well, I'm glad we were able to
Yeah.
get this out of our system because
Yeah.
it was like what
I
2
was
weeks?
ready,
Yeah.
wasn't I? I said, Cammy, let's speak about this.
Yeah.
My
So
goodness. Yeah.
yeah. So when at the end of the day, I'm hoping and I'm praying for the whole everybody that's going on.
Mhm.
Um, the suit, might set Will back, especially now since things have
Yeah.
with those endorsements and Disney and all
Yeah.
that. That's money
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
now gone.
Well, you know what? Even with that, chances are Will has some type of LLC, some type of business or something. He when he sued, it shouldn't come from his personal. It
Mhm.
should come from some type of business account or some type of insurance that he
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
So,
So it still should not affect him to the point where it breaks him.
right. I'm praying that's the case.
Yeah.
I am praying that's the
So
case.
I mean,
So
it's life.
if
It's
Chris
life.
deserves every bit of that money, though, he does. It happened.
Yeah.
well,
It's
this
out
is a story about a person.
Yeah.
My
I
life
got
became
turned
upside
down, and it didn't turn upside.
there. He's living his story over again.
Boy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, guys. I guess this is gonna conclude this show. We're gonna wrap it up.
All
I
right.
enjoyed it.
Definitely. I did too.
I thought it
I
was
did
pretty
too.
cool. So
And
what's the
many
next?
more.
I was gonna say, what's the next topic, Foster?
We'll put our heads together on that.
Sound
We'll put
good.
our heads
Sound
together.
good. Okay,
Well,
guys. Thank you.
you know what? Maybe I got one. Wait.
What do
I'm
you
gonna
got?
put this out there. Those 4 agreements. You've listened to it. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe we can talk the 4 agreements, and we'll talk about what those are. Maybe that could be our next show. If anyone has seen my Facebook page, you notice I've been talking about it a bit, and I actually posted those. So let's see if we can talk about that, and it actually changes most things and most people's outlook on life and how they deal with things.
That's
Don't
right.
internalize the things that people say about us. It doesn't matter. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own head. That's it.
Yes.
Again,
good.
sometimes it's you and not the other person.
Mhm.
Exactly. Exactly.
And not only that,
Right.
I mean, once we learn to live from within,
Mm-hmm.
and our without actually gets better.
Yeah,
It gets better.
it
But we
does.
got to bring it from within.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go within in order to live purposefully without.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got it. You
Yeah,
got it.
let's do it. I'm in.
Woo!
I am all
Juicy,
in. Yeah.
juicy, juicy, juicy. Want to say what's up to Miss Gisela, who couldn't make it, but she did text. Hey, girlie, we miss you. All right, guys. Okay, so this is going to conclude the show. I will be interviewing a new celebrity on Thursday night. And
Mm-hmm.
then next week, we're going to be launching, after Real Talk, we'll be launching our new show with the Authors Networking. So
Okay.
this is going to be
This is
fun.
going to be
We're going
real
to talk, we're
fun.
going to interview her. We're going to talk about her book and all the cool things
Mm,
that she got going
I'm
on.
excited.
Yes.
I am
Okay.
And then
too.
we have a little girl from Kansas City who Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, who is striving to be an author.
Oh,
Yeah, she
okay.
has a great essay that she wrote, was A+
Mm,
at school, and so we're going to talk to
Nice.
her too and get to highlight
Okay.
her. Hopefully, she'll be on the show next week as well. So we got some good stuff coming. I'll post the
Sounds like
names.
it.
We'll get our little screenshot up and get our pictures up, and hey, we're gonna make it happen right here at SKS
yeah.
Radio. Check us out on Roku. Please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube. We're just starting to build it, and we need more people.
We need more
We
people.
need more people.
Need
Come in,
Join
more
yes,
us.
join.
people.
Yes.
Come on into the room.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes. We invite you.
We
We
invite
invite
you.
you.
Exactly,
Join
exactly.
us.
So until next week, guys, we love you. Stay tuned. Stay real. Keep it
Yeah.
real. Real talk. SKST Radio. I love it. Bye bye.
You're watching SKST Radio.